A little bit of a rundown of what you do, what you provide. It's really interesting stuff, and I don't think I could, talk about it as well as you could. So I'm going to allow you to explain exactly what you do and what you provide.
Well, Davatec Australia is, and Temp Logger Australia is an Australian company, and we manufacture, support, and sell product to measure things. So we measure, data log temperatures, noxious gases, vibration, flow, liquid levels. Whatever you need to monitor, we have a solution for it. Our basic systems are an eye connector with up to 20 points of monitoring, and we can data log that equipment and store it on the cloud, and you can retrieve it via our Globiots PC program or on our app.
Yeah, you showed me the app before.
Yeah.
That was quite intuitive.
It's great.
So you were showing me your fridge and freezer levels back in Brizzy.
So we're in Sydney, and I've got my fridge and freezers in the kitchen at home.
Yeah.
I'm monitoring them, and I can see what it's doing.
Just to make sure when you get back that your wine is perfectly chilled.
That's exactly right. At 16 degrees in the wine fridge, and that's what it is.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's a really good use case.
Yeah.
I mean, but obviously it's good for businesses, like you said before. Like, what are some of the main businesses you sort of chat with these solutions?
So we've just been very successful in... we work with Origin Energy, and we're supplying product for special monitoring of their equipment that they use. I work with Sigma Pharmaceuticals, and their Whole Life brand, the Whole Life Pharmacy brand, we monitor the temperatures of their fridges and freezers in their stores. So that allows us to be able to capture and store the temperatures for food safe, because that is a very, very critical industry at the moment with what is going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. I used to work for Woolies. I understand that. We used to go do temp checks and stuff around, with the gun and whatnot.
That's exactly right. And that's open to a lot of abuse and negligence.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's also very manual too.
That's exactly.
So you kind of introduce this new technology to keep things monitored without any human error, right?
That is correct. So it's automated. Nobody can change the figures. You can get an email report to you, and that's a PDF format. So a normal person can't alter that PDF.
Yeah, true.
So that's the other thing as well.
Yeah.
So the other thing as well that's interesting, if a health inspector goes in there and they've got a temp log or a Davatec system in there, then we can actually email that report direct to the person. So the health inspector's got it on his PC or whatever before he gets back to the office.
Yeah, easy.
So that's great. And the other thing as well is that with automation now, with our Globiots system, we can actually port forward those reports so they can be stored on a server. So every day, week, month, however the intervals you want your report, you can actually take that and download it directly onto your server. So it's automatic.
Wow, that's great. And so then obviously compliance is a big thing when it comes to food safety and whatnot.
That's exactly
so this is in alignment with that, standard way. Is there certain reports that you need to put in a certain formatting or whatnot?
It just comes straight out as a PDF with the time, the date, and the upper and lower limits or the alarm set points, and then also the temperature that is reading. So you can go from, say, maybe 15 minutes up to 12 hours, whatever you need to do in those intervals of temperature monitoring. Okay, so that's how we do it. So you control the sensors via the app on your phone, and we can also set it up for you so that when you purchase a temp logger system, it's all set up. All you have to do is plug it in and install it.
It's great.
Our sensors are wireless, so there's no need for running lengthy cables from fridges or whatever you're monitoring to bring it back onto the eye connector.
Wow. That's a great intuitive idea. So, and you guys have been around for a while. How did you come about developing this technology?
Well, it's a Temp Logger is an Australian company, and there are 4 of us involved. And we do manufacture offshore. Davatec is our manufacturing arm, and they own a portion of Temp Logger, and we own a portion of Davatec. So it's and Davatec is based out of Vietnam, that's where they manufacture there, and we've got the support. So because we own them and they own us, we've got a great mutual respect. So Davatec is looking to expand. We do have product around the world, and the good thing about it with Davatec being in Vietnam, they look after the Asian sector, and Davatec Australia we look after the rest of the English-speaking world.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've got a
So
huge, broad spectrum of
that's
people
exactly
there
right.
to
So
market to.
if we've got anybody out there that wants to become a distributor for our products, please let us know.
Well, it
You
is
know?
a fascinating product. I mean, what you've got set up today, you can't see it on the camera here,
Yeah.
but over there you got this arch, and it's detecting people walking through.
That's right.
So, talk a little bit more about that technology, because you explained it to me, but for everyone else listening, what's the use of this?
So what we have at the moment is that in our arch we have a people counter, so it counts both ways going through, and that's ideal for the likes of pubs, clubs, venues like this, like Olympic Park, where they want to count the number of people going through. The other advantage is as well that with our infrared cameras, and this is where it gets very interesting, our infrared camera temperature monitoring system, especially with the pandemic of COVID, that system can be set up and it can scan people walking through and take their temperature. So somebody can be monitoring a screen, and it's all automatic. So for nightclubs, venues like this, we've got it covered.
Wow. Yeah, I was actually making a joke before as we were looking at it,
Yes.
going, that's going to just take my my information, isn't it? As
That's
soon as I
exactly
walk
right.
through it.
Well, no, I'm a little bit sexist because I've been told in the ladies that it does detect whether wearing any sexy underwear.
Yeah.
So we
See,
have
that's why I went off when I went through.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we laugh and joke about that. But
Yeah.
we have to have a bit of fun.
Yeah,
in
of
what we're doing
course,
here.
of course.
And we've got the function to be able to look at the attitude and the aptitude of the opportunities here.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the amount of people that are coming through and have got a potential problem where we've found a solution for them.
I was going to say, because at Salted Stone, we handle a lot of companies and stuff, organizations who
Yes.
deal with aged care. They deal with villages, facilities, dementia patients, like a lot of like sensitive, kind of clientele who could really benefit.
That's exactly
Well, the
right.
staff in particular benefit from this technology. People entering in, might not be safe for them to be in that area. This
That's
kind of
correct.
technology can help sort of mitigate that issue, right?
Yes. So it's not necessarily just security, but it's peace of mind as well.
Exactly.
And that's what we're doing. So in an aged care facility, it could be multiple facets of what you're trying to measure and report on. It could be temperature, simple as temperature for the fridge, the kitchen fridge, but it also could be opening and closing of doors to make sure that patients, actually you shouldn't use the term patients, but in a facility, patients are moving through and not going to areas where they shouldn't be as well.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Very good
So
point.
it's a bit, and unfortunately with the COVID pandemic, it has really opened up a wealth of opportunities.
I was going to say that you're in a very sort of poignant time in
That's
history
exactly right, yes.
where your technology can be most beneficial.
Yes.
Really. So, okay. And now at DigiCom, if you're going to be here today and tomorrow,
yes.
excellent. Just so if anyone's listening and they're coming tomorrow or they're here today, come check it out. These guys are just to the left of the main hall as you come walk down where all the other vendors. You can't miss them.
No, and you've got to walk through the arch and be counted as
exactly,
well.
and they've got to check if you're wearing any sexy
The
underwear.
underwear, that's
So
exactly right.
it's gone off now twice, and I've been through. But yeah, no, look, come check these guys out. They've got really interesting technology, and talk more to James or any of his colleagues. They'll really fill you in about where this can benefit. Whatever you're doing, your agency or clients that you have.
That's exactly right.
Most definitely. And can you tell us, just as we sort of wrap up, what is sort of the more exciting things that are coming up for you guys? Have you got events or any promotions?
Well, we will be at the ARBS exhibition in Melbourne in August.
Oh, okay.
And that's the air conditioning, refrigeration, building
That's a big
services
one.
show.
Yeah.
That's a big show, and we will be there and working with our people. And we're having we're fortunate we've got all being well, COVID safe. We've got Davitech, the president. Locke is coming out from Vietnam to be with us on the stand there.
Wow.
And we're also, our aim is to have a distributors forum as well before or after the show, where we've got more training to be able to help our distributors and our people and let them understand what we can do.
Yeah, well, that's really exciting. Yeah, and look, if you're in Melbourne, check them out at that conference as well. Or if you're down here at DigiCom 2022, don't miss them out, honestly, especially if you have any clients working with other clients or customers in aged care and
anything,
air conditioning and
whatever you need.
Retail. That's
big
exactly
one. Big, huge. Yes.
Yeah. No, definitely hit them up because it's really fascinating stuff.
And just look at us on the web as well at templogger.com.au.
There you go.
And,
there's the plug.
Davatech.com, whatever it is, we're there, and we've got the products, and hopefully to be able to solve any problems. We've got a solution for it, and that's what it's all about.
It's really cool.
Thank you very much, Gabriel, for allowing me to do this.
No, well, thank you for your time, James. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
And we can shake hands.
We can shake. Right. So I got hand sanitizer.
So, good on you. And we've got a solution for that too.
Yeah, so I'm sure you do.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, James. Thank you, everyone. And